Alright, so I saw this on the dailymail.com as the UK. Now the Lancet cancels women. Fury as leading medical journal runs dehumanizing and sexist front page describing females as bodies with vaginas to placate trans lobby. The Lancet has described women as bodies with vaginas on the front page. Critics have accused the medical journal of sexism and dehumanizing women, term initially used in an article titled Periods on Display published this month. And it goes on and it talks about basically a leading medical journal has come under fire for describing women as bodies with vaginas. Okay, let me just stop right here real quick, because you can go read the article for yourself if you want. The idea that you would say, just, for females or women or whatever, bodies with vaginas, that is one of the stupidest fucking things I've heard in quite some time. It's like when they talk about breastfeeding, and I've heard it called chest feeding and shit like that. And it's like, what the fuck? I got no problem with trans people. I'm of the mindset that, yeah, as long as you don't hurt anybody else, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. I mean, hell, if you want to be, you know, if you believe that you're a man who was, you know, or who was born into a woman's body, or a woman who was born in a man's body, or whatever, that's it. Go for it. I don't care. As long as you don't hurt other people. That's my general philosophy in life, not just with this, but just in life. As long as you don't hurt other people, I don't care what you do. Here's the problem, though, is now you got medical journals and stuff describing bodies with, vaginas and shit like that. And it's like, that is hurting other people. Because you sit there and you start talking like that, it just, first of all, it sounds stupid. It just sounds ridiculous. But it also, it is sexist. It is dehumanizing to women. It's like when they say that men can have periods and stuff. No, they can't. I mean, if you want to argue that, well, hey, trans men, or I guess technically trans women, because it's men transitioning to women, but trans women can have periods. Well, okay, well, yeah, that's fine. But when they sit there and they say that men can have periods, that actually goes against the entire, like, trans thing. It's like when people say that there's 37 genders or what the hell ever, and it's like, no, there isn't. There's two genders. There's male and female. Now, if you want to transition from one gender to the other, that's fine. Hey, as long as you're an adult, as long as you have the surgery, and take the hormones and all that stuff, do whatever you want. That's fine. I don't care. Doesn't affect me. Doesn't bother me. To me, it's the same kind of thing with like the whole same-sex marriage and stuff. It's like, I don't care what the people across the street or down the street do. As long as it doesn't affect me, what do I give a shit? I mean, and there's people who disagree with that and everything, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree. I mean, as long as no one advocates violence towards anyone, I don't care. Even if you are, well, that type who say, hey, trans people are mentally ill or whatever. That's fine. I don't have a problem with you saying that, because you're not advocating for violence. The only time I have a problem with any of this stuff is when people are like, hey, you're gonna love trans people, or you're gonna go to jail, or you're gonna get your ass kicked or whatever. And then of course the inverse, where they say, I hate trans people. If you are a trans person, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you or kill you. I'd have a problem with both of those scenarios. I mean, again, because it's like, it doesn't affect. As long as it doesn't affect you, it shouldn't matter to you. You shouldn't have a say in it. This is completely different from the cases where people are getting killed, or they're getting thrown in jail, or they're getting beaten or stuff like that. That's different. But that doesn't mean that just because I'm okay with trans people, or I'm fine with trans people, or I like trans people, or whatever, that doesn't mean that we need to sit here and say things like, oh, bodies with vaginas, or things of that nature. It's fucking ridiculous. Look, the journal was founded in 1823. The article was published on September 1st. I didn't even hear about it until this article. Which, I mean, doesn't mean that it's, doesn't matter, but it, it comes just months after critics lambasted Brighton and Sussex University hospitals, NHS Trust, after it told staff to use terms like birthing parents and human milk, rather than referring to mothers and breast milk. It's like, That's that kind of stupid bullshit I'm talking about. Why are we trying to erase mothers? Why are we trying to erase fathers? Why are we like breast milk and stuff? It's like, what the hell? Human milk. I can tell you right now, I'm a man. I don't produce milk. Never have, never will. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what I do, I will not produce human milk, as they say. I cannot produce breast milk. If you're a man, you can't have a period. Now I understand that, like, okay, if you're like a trans man, if you're a woman who transitioned and became a man, I don't think you would still have a period, though, because isn't the whole point of transitioning to have the surgery and to have the hormones to make that stuff stop? It's like when they say, oh, it's the first pregnant man, and it was a woman who had transitioned and had gotten pregnant. It's like, that's not a man being pregnant. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's to me, this kind of stuff is just so stupid, and this is the stuff we need to push back against because it's just ridiculous. I don't get it. It's fucking so stupid. The anatomy and physiology of bodies with vaginas have been neglected. Like, first off, how stupid does that sound? I don't get it. And here's a doctor who's very upset about it. You can be inclusive without being insulting and abusive. How dare you dehumanize us with a statement like this? And it is. It's stupid. It's just ridiculous. It's not scientific in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. I've gone damn, almost 7 minutes already. Just let me know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I mean, with anything I've said, let me know. Cause I like hearing from other people. I like hearing what people think. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.